Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. You guys know me. I'm Nancy Ganzakoffer, business coach and body language trainer to interior designers. And I am here today with Megan Dahle of megandahle.com. She is my virtual CFO, really smart with money. And she's here to tell us how no one has their shit together, mastering the art of dealing with chaos, which is actually such a perfect title for interior designers businesses. So welcome, Megan.
Thank you, Nancy. It's nice to talk to you again.
I know Leslie's been doing some of my lives and we've been alternating. So I'm glad to be here with you this time.
Same.
So,
yeah.
Tell me about how nobody has their shit together, because I truly believe this is true as well. And people always look at everyone else like they must know what they're doing. They're doing so well. They seem to be so successful and making a ton of money. They don't seem chaotic like I do. But what's the reality?
It's all chaos.
Until it's not.
Right. I have never
it happens again.
Like the perfect business. And it's the nature of business, right? Because it is a constant evolution. Constant. Yes. Right. And we get tired, and we might get tired of it, and we want just things to be the same for a while. We just want things to be steady for a while. But if we can find that space that we have some peace with the change and some peace with all the moving parts, that we can just be, I'm okay. If I'm okay in these 4 parts, if I'm okay with my clients, if I am okay with my money, if I am okay with my outreach, with my potential clients, I'm okay. Right?
But what if you're not?
Okay, that's great. Then we know where it's coming from, right? Like this underlying anxiety and thing that we want to hide from. Like if we know where to come out from hiding, because sometimes when we're hiding from ourselves, we don't even know that we're hiding, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we don't want to look at if we've done something different that has caused us to go into more chaos or less profitability or less people coming in the door. So tell us the 4 things again to check. If you feel chaotic, check 4 things. 1.
So there are 4 things that follow the cycle of every business. 1, are you putting yourself out there so people can find you? Right? Are you saying your piece? Are you saying your thing out in an audience? Are you putting your art, your vision, your perspective out there that people can find you?
Yes. Okay. And this is so true, because if you're not, you're going to have a traffic issue. You're just not going to bring enough business into your circle of influence to be able to even do anything about it.
Yes. And that one is a really long tail, right? Because stepping out and using your voice like that, especially when you're first starting out, is really scary. And if you lose practice in stepping out and using your voice, it's scary. And it can take months for you to find the voice that's heard outside to match the voice that you have inside your head, right?
Because it takes guts to actually think. Does everyone want to hear this? And is this a valuable piece of information? So people get just terrified.
Yeah. Yeah. And it needs its breathing room to, like when a show goes to Broadway. When a show goes to Broadway, it doesn't open on Broadway.
Right.
It workshops.
Yes.
It's in the small theaters in Denver. It's in the small theaters in New Jersey, and they're trying to work out all of the kinks. But it's not like they don't have an audience. They have an audience. They're just working out some kinks.
Right. So the first thing they have to do is get out there.
Yeah, put it out there. Put it out there. So,
and if they're feeling chaotic, number 2 is,
am I inviting people in? Right? Once somebody is raising their hand and says, that sounds interesting to me, am I initiating those conversations and inviting somebody in? Okay. So, or am I hiding, right? Like if I have a list of people in my emails that I haven't gotten back to, that are asking questions because, things are so nuts. Can I just give myself an hour to go back and really be curious with them and invite those that are ready to experience the Megan Dahle experience, like inviting them in, like, let's have a conversation.
It's interesting you're saying this today, because yesterday on my business helpline for my clients, one of my clients is like, I need to be better at following up with people who have contacted me in the past and are interested in anything related to me. Like whether she's an interior designer. So whether it was to go out to lunch with her, to talk to her about her business, to potential leads and collaborations. she gets very excited about getting them, but then gets nervous about following up. So
yeah. Oh, there are those nerves again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they just showed up again.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And it's different than the outreach. It's different than using your voice, because using your voice is almost like being on stage, right? You're presenting something, you're creating something for somebody else to consume. And then comes the interpersonal relationship, which are other things. Okay. So if we have that point where, okay, I am getting back to the people, I do have time to get back to the people that I want to get back to.
Well, I've made the time to get back to the people.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yeah. And would I feel better, right? And all of this chaos, right, is there's no easy button. But if we can diagnose and say that I'm going to do better for 1 hour, just for 1 hour today, I'm going to set aside 1 hour to take care of this thing. It might not get you through your entire email list and through everybody who needs a reply, but it's progress. It's like, aha, I am capable. I did the thing.
Yeah. Okay. And like going back to the title of this, everyone thinks everyone else has their shit together when they're just looking from the outside at their social media. But the bottom line is, behind the scenes, throw open the curtain, and some part of their business may be in chaos that you don't know about. And they're working through it just like you. Just like you.
Yes.
Right? So, okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, are we up to?
Okay. Number 3, you're like the thing that your clients are expecting of you. Sometimes we start telling ourselves a story when we don't have great contact with our clients, or we don't have, like, we haven't set boundaries and expectations. We have this idea in our head of what they want from us and what they need from us and what they're expecting from us. And it's more than what we are, like, have the time to give or want to give. So going back through your projects and saying, okay, I have these 5 projects. This project is in this phase and it is complete to the point where I just need an okay from a client. Let's touch base with this project and this project. I need to go find, I need to go spec some materials for the upholstery in this one, right? Like, we're going through and what needs to be done on each one of these projects to be like, all right, it is being handled, or there is a plan to handle it. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to do it right now, but you have a plan to handle it. In either that, or you don't have the capacity. Like, oh my gosh, I have way overcrowded my calendar and I can't. Like, that's where the chaotic feeling is coming from. Like, I can't get to projects 4 and 5 right now.
Yes. And I committed to them, and I told the client I would do it in 3 weeks. And now I'm on week 2 and I haven't touched it. Right. That overcommitting by not understanding your capacity could be happening and causing chaos.
Yes. And so there's the triage that needs to be done there, right? Like the triage of what can we be done to either extend some time and maintain that relationship, or to grind it out. Like, what's the triage? And also learn from that mistake as to, okay, how am I going to better handle this stuff in the future? Not to say that whatever your answer is going to be perfect and the be all and end all of it, but to acknowledge it. Like, okay, I'm going to take care of myself by taking care of this.
Yes. So so basically what we're saying is that, and I say this to my clients all the time, the ups and downs of business are normal. It's going to get chaotic at times. When you're in a growth mode, it can get chaotic. When you're in a maintenance mode, it can calm down a little bit. And then one thing happens with your client and you're back in chaos again. So it's almost like what I'm hearing from you, and what I condone, is embrace the chaos a little bit, but also, like you said, learn from it and figure out how you can make sure it's not going to happen again, because whatever happened will happen again. So you have to make sure what in your business you can handle it.
Yeah. And there's 2 directions you can go from this. You can either go from a point of like agony of, oh my gosh, this is becoming such a place that is taking from me. And, or we can get back to that point where's the enjoyable part of this? Where's the fun and the playfulness, the part where I get to really express myself. Yeah. And so if we can acknowledge these places where I'm feeling the thing, that also opens up the door for us to be like, oh, you know what I remember I love about this part. You know what I love about this part? And work from that position rather than a give. I'm being taken from.
Finding the joy again, even in the chaos.
Yes. And so the last part is our money. Are we taking care of our money? And this can be a scary part, another place to hide where we don't want to look, because we know we've spent somebody's deposit on something else, or we're feeling icky about no projects coming up in the next couple months, and we're scared we're going to run out of cash, but we don't know if we're going to run out of cash because we didn't actually run the numbers. We just there's so much and sometimes an answer every time an answer, even if it's a bad answer, is better than the black veil of not knowing.
So I can't tell you. Whenever someone gets on my calendar, often a question I'm going to ask is, what did you do this year so far in your gross and your net income? And I can explain what that means. But exactly what your face just did, oh, wait, what? Did you just ask me about numbers? I don't know. My bookkeeper, my accountant, I don't have my sign on. I'm not even sure. I get my report, but I don't even look at it. I know there's enough money in the bank. And I get it, because that was me years ago. I just knew, all right, there was enough money in the bank. I totally didn't understand the ins and outs of the numbers. And I was not managing my business by the numbers. And I still fall into that trap once in a while, right?
Totally.
Just the excitement of running your business. All of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, put the brakes on. Maybe I need to do something different. This is not working out the way I thought, right? Everybody has to learn that that's part of doing business. And the people
100%.
the people who make it through those moments in time of the chaos and come out the other side with small improvements every time are the ones that will be in business at 3, 5, 10 years.
Yeah. Ultimately, that's the ultimate self-care, right? Giving yourself the grace to go and look at where you're hiding, and not necessarily that you're going to have to do something about it or make decisions about it right away or have it add to your to-do list, but to get really, really real about your status quo.
Yeah, but then the difference between my personality and your personality, get real about the status quo. You're so kind about getting people to look at their numbers and understand their numbers. And then I'm like, okay, now we have to do something about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now you got to make decisions. So the first step, and what we're telling everybody here today, is no one really has their shit together the way you think they do. If you think everyone knows how to read their income statement, their profit and loss statement, that they're looking at their numbers every month and making good decisions based on that. No, it's really always a small degree of chaos. And we're just trying to keep it from getting into chaos that is uncontrollable and ruining your life.
Yes. And as you run through that cycle, right, you're finding the clients, you bring in the clients, you take care of the clients, and then you take care of your money. Every revolution of that is going to be different, and it's going to evolve, and it's going to change. So even in getting into the bad habits of okay, yeah, I got my income statement and it's saying the same thing every month, and okay, I feel comfortable with that, and we start not looking at it and not digging in, there's going to become a pain point where you're like, oh, wait a second, I need to change how I'm addressing this particular part of my business. That's how it comes about. It comes about through the chaos. That chaos is the pain point that helps us grow into better business owners.
I love that sentence. Say that again.
The chaos, the icky that you feel from the chaos
pain.
The pain is your body's prompt to you to say, hey, we're growing out of our old shell and we're growing into something new, and we're going to have to evolve to meet up with it.
Yes. And now you have to figure out, how do you evolve? And your numbers have clues to that as well, which you help people get in and out of their numbers and make sense of their numbers every single day.
Yes. So. Yes. In the hope, my hope for you is that you become such friends with your numbers. There's a point where you're like, okay, we're acquaintances. I got it. I don't necessarily want to have coffee with you every week.
But that's interesting. I got to think about that. Am I friends with my numbers? I think I'm not friends with my numbers yet. I think I'm more like acquaintances with my numbers. I'm just let me look at you, but not get too close to you. Yeah, we're not going out for drinks yet.
But we're gonna evolve that relationship into a point where oh, you are looking out for me. You do have my best interest at heart. Thank you for that. Thank you. What is it that you're trying to tell me? Okay, great. That's what I needed to know. I got it from here. Thank you. And go change the world.
You're giving me this visual of, what's popping into my head is your business is your baby. Your business is your baby. And you started it with however you started it. And now you're evolving it, you're nurturing it, and you can't nurture it right without looking at the numbers, understanding what pulls different triggers, what causes different things in your business. And so just like when you have a person that you're taking care of or an animal, you've got to keep learning about them and keep nurturing it to its greatest potential, right?
Yeah.
So it's like an extension of you, the business.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's a reflection. I mean, there's a reason mind work is such a big industry for business owners, right? Like
yes,
some of these mind shifts of
the
following.
mindset shifts of what is this business to me. You have to go from it being a thorn in your side, I don't think I'm doing it right, to really nurturing it and learning about it and nurturing it to maturity, to wherever you want it to be to serve your life.
Exactly. And that relationship between the two of you, there comes a point where there's an amount that you're willing to give, and there's an amount that your business is able to support you with. And
Yes.
having that compromise of a relationship rather than needing to take from one from the other, whether it's time from you or money that your business can't afford, like all of that relationship is part of
Yes.
this chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell everyone, if they're in chaos, how they find you.
Come on over to megandahle.com. There's megandahle.com. Oh, wait.
Yeah, well, that's
megandahle.com. And you can hop on my calendar. We can have a conversation as to where that ick and pain is, and what the best route for you is to become a really great business owner.
To become a really great business owner. Love it. So, all right, everyone, head over to megandahle.com. Megan is a fabulous, understanding CFO. She's going to go through your numbers with you without, I don't know, without judgment, right?
Yeah.
Because we've all been in places that are difficult to get out of, and we all don't always understand everything, and no question is too stupid, ever. Otherwise, how do you learn?
Amen. Amen.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. I will see you next time.
Oh, thank you, Nancy.
All right. Bye, everyone. Go have a great Wednesday. See you next time. Bye.